Goat Graham.
They may remember the good feelings, but they're going to forget what you gave them. But this, they're never going to forget.
I agree with him on that. The Goat Grahams cost $100.
That's true. She'll never forget, nor will she forgive. Thanks for watching Live at 5.
Live at 5:30 starts now with Latrice and Greg.
The number of people signing up on the Affordable Care Act for 2018 coverage is drastically higher than last year. We continue our salute to local heroes. We followed Andrew Smith's story from injury to recovery, and later as a local organization built him a home. We'll check in with him today. And Breakfast at Tiffany's is not just a movie reference anymore. The iconic jewelry store is opening the Blue Box Cafe.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News live at 5:30. Coverage you can count on.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover.
And I'm Latrice Curry. Happening right now, Grundy County is celebrating its status as an exemplary school district in Tennessee. This is a live look at the ceremony. The Grundy County School District received the state's highest designation of exemplary as a result of their students exceeding the growth expectation on average for both all students and each historically underserved student groups. This past year, Grundy County High School's graduation rate was 94% as compared to the state of Tennessee graduation rate of 89%.
Also in Grundy County, the school board meets tonight, and in addition to celebrating the district achievements, could be discussion related to the recent football team assault controversy. Stay tuned. A 13-year-old runaway teenager from Arkansas was taken into custody in Memphis today. He was driving his grandmother's car. Investigators say authorities tracked the teen through OnStar. The sheriff's office says the teenager told him he'd been involved in a disagreement with his grandparents and was en route to Connecticut to visit his girlfriend.
Caught on camera, surveillance video released by Houston police shows a donut shop in Houston being robbed. And one of the three robbers was sure to hand two customers donuts from behind the counter during the robbery. One guy jumped the counter and demanded money from the cash registers. A second man then jumped over the counter. A third then took customers' cell phones and offered them donuts, while the other two suspects were, well, robbing the employees.
Parents of senior students at a high school in Oregon are raising money for a drug and alcohol-free graduation party. But it's what they're raffling off that has some people upset. The parents are raffling tickets for a hunting rifle. One parent said this type of fundraiser is not new, and other sport programs have done the same in the past. A school employee says the senior class has sold more than 400 raffle tickets, but some people say they feel the raffle item is inappropriate and insensitive due to recent mass shootings. The tickets are $5, have to be at least 21 years old to win, and you'll go through a background check as well.
Tennessee veterans were honored Thursday in a ceremony in Nashville. Governor Bill Haslam and other state officials paid tribute to the veterans in the volunteer state this morning. They took special notice of 6 state employees who are veterans. Those 6 have 72 years of service to the state of Tennessee. Among them,
I think of all the personal virtues, I've decided that gratitude is at the heart of all of the good ones. If you look throughout state government, you don't have to walk very far to find veterans serving. We are proud of the men and women who have served and continue to serve.
There are nearly 480,000 veterans who live in Tennessee. Veterans Day this Saturday, November 11th. We have a list of events for our weekend for you this weekend. It's on our website and also our mobile app.
In Bradley County, the sheriff's office asks your help with a theft case. They're offering $500 reward for information leading to the recovery of this, a remote-controlled lawnmower, or the arrest of the suspect. The theft happened on November 1st at a home in northern Bradley County. A yellow Spider radio-controlled lawnmower and a 4x4 utility trailer were stolen. If anyone has any information, call the Sheriff's Office Crime Tip Line. You see the number on your screen, or you can send a message through the agency's Facebook page through the inbox there.
Over 600,000 people have signed up for a plan on the Obamacare federal exchange during the first 4 days of open enrollment. That's a significant jump from the same period during last year's enrollment. According to official figures released today, experts caution that the enrollment period, which ends December 15th, is significantly shorter this year. Customers have 45 days to sign up for federal insurance plans, down from the 3-month period during the Obama presidency. The pastor of the small-town Texas church that was the site of a deadly massacre plans to demolish the building. Pastor Frank Pomeroy says it would be too painful to continue using First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs as a place of worship. Pomeroy met with top executives of the Southern Baptist Convention to discuss the demolition plan. Pomeroy says he hopes to turn the site into a memorial for those who were killed in the attack and build a new church on property the church owns.
There are new details today about the rock slide along the Ocoee that damaged one of TVA's flumes there. This is the picture that TVA tweeted out of the rock that is lodged against the rail that's used to check the flume. Crews are working on the best way to get that rock moved and then repair the flume. They don't have a timeline yet on just how long the repairs will take.
A topping out ceremony was held today at the new Children's Hospital on East 3rd Street. Today's event is a milestone in the construction of the building as the last beam was put into place. A luncheon was held to say thank you to those who worked on the facility. The current building is 45 years old and in need of replacing.
So the transformational aspect of what we're doing in this building will really change the way our doctors and nurses are able to see children in the most effective and efficient way possible.
A lighted Christmas tree was hoisted on top of the building during today's event. 2 steel beams signed by Erlanger and Children's Hospital employees will be part of the building, as well as a giant interior wall signed and hand-printed by attendees at today's topping out ceremony. The completion date for the entire building, December of next year. Coming up on Live at 5:30, a new app that will help parents and babysitters launches next week.
And a 93-year-old World War II veteran is the new mayor-elect of a New Jersey town.
Lots of sunshine coming back at you for tomorrow and most of Saturday too. Good news there. I'll tell you what the temperatures will be like and our next chance for rain on my 7-day forecast.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic sponsored by CHI Memorial, ranked #1 in the Chattanooga area by U.S. News. We thank our staff, physicians, and volunteers for their service to our patients and community.
All right, you are taking a live look right now here on the interstate, moving smoothly throughout the area. on 24, but we want to let you know about some accidents.
Got one at 153 at Bonnie Oaks there, and also one Spring Creek, and no injuries reported there.
Well, a self-driving vehicle was introduced in Las Vegas this morning. Things were great as officials demonstrated the vehicle, which will run as a shuttle through downtown. However, in its first hour of service, the self-driving shuttle was involved in a collision with a delivery truck. But as officials and witnesses point out, the shuttle did what it was supposed to do. It stopped when it saw the truck. It was the truck driver who apparently didn't see the shuttle and backed up into the vehicle. No one on board was hurt.
A new mobile app is coming to Chattanooga. It promises to transform the way parents hire babysitters.
The app is called Wendy. Users apply for babysitting jobs through this app. It even allows parents to pay for the service using the app. Channel 3's Casey Freeman introduces us to the Chattanoogan behind this app.
Chattanooga native Ginger Mayfield and her husband Tommy developed a babysitting app called Wendy. They created this app based on their own needs.
I was in grad school at night and my husband was a busy attorney and we had a lot of babysitting needs, and it was just a constant pain point for us. Not just the building out the network of sitters, but also the booking part of the babysitting process.
The babysitters available through the app are verified college students who must pass a background check. The sitters submit a video as a part of the application process. UTC and Covenant College have partnerships with the app, allowing their students to apply for jobs.
We've been parents for 7 years, and we discovered just through being parents that our favorite babysitters for our 2 daughters were college students. They've got a lot of energy, they're responsible, and they have flexible schedules. So that's kind of why we chose to target college students.
The Mayfields called their babysitters Wendy's, based on the Peter Pan character who cared for the Lost Boys. The name seemed fitting for the app that allows parents to set filters when selecting their own Wendy. Parents can choose a Wendy based on his or her college major.
You're not just a babysitter, you're a Wendy. And we want to give to our parents this expectation that you're not just hiring a babysitter, you're hiring a Wendy, and that means something.
This app allows parents to book a Wendy, keep track of hours worked, calculates pay, and make payment using a credit or debit card.
That was Casey Freeman with that report. The Wendy app will be available in Chattanooga November 15th. You can find information on early signups inside the WRCB app.
Oshkosh is recalling thousands of Baby B'gosh jackets because of a choking hazard. We're talking about the quilted jackets sold in pink and gray. Oshkosh has received reports of snaps on the jackets detaching. Those jackets were sold at stores nationwide and online. We have information on how you can return your jacket on our website and on the mobile app.
Apple has released a new iOS 11 update to fix that strange autocorrect bug some users have been getting when typing the letter I. Instead of an I appearing, users would get an A and a question mark and box symbol. Well, that quickly became frustrating when texting and making social media posts. To download the update, go to your settings, tap General, then Software Update. The latest version of iOS is 11.1. 1.1 there.
You'll find
yeah,
it.
exactly. I was going to say we left that other one out.
All this week we've been introducing you to local veterans, and if you're a frequent viewer, today's veteran is no stranger to you.
All right, we've followed him from when he was injured up through his recovery. Next up live at 5:30, we'll get an update on Andrew Smith. All this week, we've been showcasing local heroes. Today, Channel 3's Caitlin Chastain checks in with veteran Andrew Smith. Smith is an Army veteran who was wounded while serving in Afghanistan.
We followed his story from injury to recovery, and then later as a local organization built him a home. Caitlin updates us on how life has changed for Smith and his family.
Smith is very open when it comes to talking about his experience. He's a double amputee, lost part of both legs after stepping on an IED. And even after his sacrifice to this country, he is still giving back.
To be a part of that line of service that so many people before me have carried, I'm proud of it, and I don't want to forget my contribution to it.
Andrew Smith calls it a contribution, while many of us would call it a sacrifice. His full title gives away a little more detail. Retired Army Sergeant Andrew Smith. He was a paratrooper.
I just felt a duty. I felt compelled to enlist, and that's what I did, and I'm glad I did it.
Smith is glad he served our country, even though he's no longer on the front lines. How he left the war is a story he is more than willing to share.
I remember everything. I remember the explosion, flying through the air, hitting the ground.
His memories of the day he stepped on that IED are vivid.
Flying through the air, dust and debris all around me.
And the impact is with him every day. He's a double amputee, though he considers that moment in time just one of life's battles and refuses to lose the war to his enemy.
You know, if the Taliban couldn't kill me, then they probably would for sure find a victory, and knowing that they had injured me so badly, I couldn't find any joy in life anymore.
So he finds every victory he can with his wife Tori and their baby boy.
We just tried to live every day, finding even the smallest victories, just not to let the enemy find a victory in anything.
But one big victory he will always remember, surviving that IED explosion. The medic who helped him was only 19 at the time. Every year on March 8th, the day he calls his Alive Day, Smith makes sure to thank him.
He's super humble and acts like he didn't do anything special. You know, he's like, oh, I didn't do anything. I was just doing what I was supposed to do. But he saved my life, and my wife and I are forever grateful.
Now, even as if he hasn't already given back to his country, Smith continues to pay it forward, helping others through his foundation honoring the sacrifice, using his story to give back to those who continue to answer the call.
As part of that story, as part of that sacrifice that men and women have endured.
Smith's wife, Tori, left law school after Andrew was injured to help him recover. She recently went back to finish her law degree and will graduate in December. Now, their organization Honoring the Sacrifice helps service members and veterans through financial contributions and providing them with resources. For more information on the organization and how you can help, visit this story inside our WRCB mobile app. In the studio, Caitlin Chastain, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
We'll be thinking about Sergeant Smith and his family, especially this Saturday, and say thank you as we wish them happy Veterans
Well, we
Day.
certainly were glad we got to catch up with him.
Saw the sunshine today, Paul. How about it?
Yeah, it came out finally. We were waiting for it, but it came out, and the good news is it's going to be with us for a couple days at least. It's going to be colder tonight, and then the sunshine comes back on Friday, and the weekend right now I think is going to be dry across the year. I was thinking yesterday that maybe Sunday we get some rain, but taking it out of the forecast. Looking at the Holiday Inn camp downtown, skies have cleared off. These are just some stratocumulus clouds off to the north and east, and they're pretty much out of here now. A little bit of cloudiness still out over the Blue Ridge Mountains, and again you can see some of this rain that's moving across the eastern part of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and the snow coming down really heavy up in Michigan. The Lake Michigan, Lake Superior snow machines are working extra overtime there. 62 right now in the city, 54 in Cleveland and Dalton, 55 Altamont, 54 Athens, and 53 out in New Murphy. Again, light winds, the calm winds, 62 and 50 the high and the low. Perfect forecast worked out well, but that low may drop a little bit lower before the day's done. About 6/100 of an inch of rain fell at the airport, almost a tenth. And most of the rain, no surprise, was south of the city this morning, with about 3/10 out near Chatsworth and LJ. Elsewhere, 1 to 2/10 of an inch of rain fell. Right across the metro area, most of the rain was from East Ridge and Ooltewah and southward, although Cleveland did get about 1/10 of an inch. Elsewhere, less than 1/10 of an inch, with highs into the 60s. And then north of the city, very little rain. About 1/10 of Delano, Turtletown, and Murphy. North of the city, just nothing. Temperatures pretty much into the low 60s. Latest Vipercast shows that cold front slipping down forward tonight, and the northerly winds continue, and those northerly winds will continue probably until we get into Saturday afternoon. Then they'll start shifting out of the south, and then that'll start to bring up warmer air, but a little more moisture too. And we'll see the clouds increasing late in the day on Sunday, and the chance for rain is slim. I think if anything does develop, it'll probably be on Monday, but that's a very small chance, mainly into the Blue Ridge Mountains. Tonight, 40 with clear skies. Tomorrow, 59, lots of sun and northerly winds. And tomorrow night, 34 with clear skies. And some scattered frost away from the city for tomorrow night. So if you try to protect those plants, you may have to protect them again. Otherwise, they'll be goners one more time. Saturday, 59 for the high. Sunday, a few more clouds and 57. And then on Monday, we're looking at about 44 and 61. And the chance for rain, again, very, very slim here. Probably right into Thursday, the chance for rain looks really small. Next week it should be in the 60s. Next few days will be probably near 60. I will accept that if we can get sunshine.
That's what I'm saying. That's not bad. Fall-like weather.
If you can get the sun, people smile. That's the nice.
And then everyone's happy and loves you, right, Paul?
That's right. Exactly.
Okay, thanks. Ahead on Live at 5:30, when do you work out? A new study shows that working out in the evening could be better for you.
Interesting. And in Washington, D.C., it was a race around the Capitol for these two congressmen. A World War II veteran is the new mayor-elect in Tenton Fall, New Jersey. He's 93 years old. His name is Vito Perillo, and he says he is up for the challenge. He decided to run 4 months ago because he said those taxes are too high, and he saw a lack of transparency. So he campaigned the old-fashioned way, door to door, handing out pamphlets, getting out and shaking hands.
I like to see people know that as old as I am, you can still do things and accomplish things.
That's right. Late Tuesday, he received the news. He had won. He got more than 53% of the vote. When he is sworn in, he says his focus is going to be on lowering taxes, increasing transparency, and accountability. Mayor-elect Vito Perillo will be sworn in on January 2nd. If you're looking to build muscle mass and relieve stress, a new study shows working out in the evening is the best time.
They looked at people who worked out in the morning versus people who worked out in the afternoon. The people doing the same workout, same calories, about the same body type and body mass. People who did work out in the afternoon developed a little bit more muscle mass, and they had further strength gains than people who worked out in the morning.
That means some people showed more muscle development and got stronger by exercising later in the day. If you're just looking to be healthy, doesn't matter when you exercise, just as long as you do it. Stress is another big reason to exercise later in the day. Experts say those feel-good hormones, the ones that give you the runner's high, are released during vigorous exercise. That can help you forget the woes of the day.
I'll have to grab Greg one evening and we'll go work out after the newscast.
Still in search of that runner's high. I don't believe it exists.
It's coming. All right, parents in New Jersey are upset over a diner that is adding a kid tip to bills.
My daughter was coming to me telling me that every time that they went into the diner, they were being charged the gratuity. And I asked her why, and she was told because they were children.
Well, one of the diner's owners defended the policy, saying that it's hit with large numbers of kids at a time, especially on Fridays, tying up the waitstaff, and most, well, without tipping. He said the menu clearly states the diner will add an 18% gratuity at its discretion. One mom believes tipping should still be a choice. She said her daughter won't be going back to that diner. The owner says, well, parents teach your children how to tip. Starting tomorrow, you'll be able to actually have breakfast at Tiffany's. The luxury jeweler Tiffany & Company will open the Blue Box Cafe at its New York City flagship store on Fifth Avenue. The iconic Tiffany blue color is infused throughout the cafe, which is located on the store's 4th floor. The cafe will serve reimagined American classics, and the menu will change and evolve through the season.
I think they'll have to make extra special sure that people don't sneak out with their silverware.
I know, because you're like, I want this Tiffany's exactly as a souvenir. All right, we'll be back right after this. Stay with us.
Three toys were inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame today. Didn't know it existed.
Yeah, of the 12 nominated childhood activities, the board game Clue, remember that one? The wiffle ball and the paper airplane made the cut. Winners are chosen on the advice of historians and educators. Nominations come from the public. To make the Hall of Fame, toys must have inspired creative play across generations. We have a list of this year's nominees on our website and in our mobile app.
Gentlemen, start your scooters. There's a lot of serious stuff going on in the world today, but Majority Whip Steve